and the board really put out there for the community to survey against. So as you see, the two elementary schools that were constructed back in 1924, Test Corners and Muskego Elementary, we surveyed the community to say, hey, the Master Planning Committee and the board right now are suggesting that we would close those two schools. Again, built in 1924, they're non-ADA compliant, aging infrastructure. There are a lot of challenges within there. For example, just at Muskego Elementary, where I was formerly principal, if we were to do any type of replacement of heating structures, etc., you're taking a look at minimum, probably $1.5 to $2 million just to update that alone. And that's, and we're excluding anything else that would need to be updated there. So two very old buildings that are in need of a lot of repair. So we have Mill Valley there, where we recommended that there would be an addition and a renovation. And that building was constructed in 1925. And you might say, well, Jeff, why would you keep a building still in its life cycle at 1925 when in fact it's almost as old as Test Corners and Muskego Well? Well, when you take a look at that site and that property, it's far larger than Muskego Elementary and Test Corners and would allow for us to expand on that particular site. Furthermore, that building has additional updates that have been made to it that would make it less aged than Muskego Elementary and Test Corners. So, in essence, if we were to lift the population right there of Muskego Well, we would move them to Mill Valley Elementary. That would be part of the proposed plan. Then you take a look at Lakeview, which is an elementary school in the town of Norway. We still want to be able to address that school. There are needs there. We would like to build a gymnasium in order to separate where food is being served and give them opportunity to have some more creative opportunities for scheduling for today's needs at an elementary school. Country Meadows, Bay Lane, we would renovate that, and that would become a kindergarten through 4th grade building. So currently, if you know Country Meadows Elementary, it houses kindergarten through 4th grade in one wing of the building, and then the rest of the building is middle school students, 5th through 8th grade. The Master Planning Committee and the board supported making that all an elementary school, and in essence, we would close Test Corners and lift those students to Country Meadows Bay Lane Complex. Then, as we continue to look at the plan, because those middle school students now need a place to go, we would build a brand new middle school on district-owned property. That was purchased back in
2008.
2008.
Where is it?
It's right behind Tudor Oaks. Access would be from North Cape, and actually we have a little map here by the bike path between Highview and McShane. North Cape.
Large property that would be able to serve a middle school quite well. And then,
in addition to Lake Danoon, or?
Yeah, so Lake Danoon would remain,
Okay.
and then the new middle school would take the place of the Bay Lane students.
Okay.
so the new middle school would serve 5th through 8th grade. And then lastly, Muskego High School, we were looking to renovate the band and choir and STEM areas, the science technology areas of that building, to bring them more up to standards of today's educational needs for our students and the demands of different careers today than what we served years ago. We do have, it's a huge celebration for our district, one of the largest, if not the largest bands in the state of Wisconsin. So a huge celebration for our community, for our students, for residents of our community. And then right down at the bottom, please note that there would be no changes that are currently being recommended for Lake Danoon. It's one of our newest schools that have been built and not in need of really anything other than just continued maintenance. So what we tried to show you in the next several slides are preliminary solutions and some ideas of what we would do to existing sites. If you recall, Muskego Elementary students would be lifted from their site and would go to Mill Valley. And what we would do, remember there's a section of that building that still was built in 1925. That would be this section right here. We're proposing that 1925 section of the building be completely renovated so that it's updated to today's standards. And then what we would do is we would cluster grade levels in different parts of the building. This would be a kindergarten area that would have some renovation, and then a new gymnasium that would be built back here. Currently, Mill Valley is the only elementary school in our district where they serve lunch in the hallway. Okay? So there is need for us to address that, in that we typically don't serve lunch in school hallways. And what we would propose is that this, which is currently the gymnasium, would become the cafeteria area. Then we'd have the gym in the back. There'd be a serving area right here. So that's part of the Mill Valley solution. And, you know, again, the property continues to stretch back here. There's ample room to continue to expand that current structure.
Are the yellow areas on that where the new construction and the tan area is the existing building, correct?
Correct. Yes, that's exactly right.
Can you, I think I know where it is, but just so I'm oriented, can you point out the main entrance? Is it just to the north, or just above the yellow area there?
It is.
The current
Yeah,
main
right
entrance?
there.
Yeah,
Sure,
okay.
Yes.
Yep.
And so that yellow on the bottom right is currently a surface parking lot?
This
Are you
one.
talking about this area right here?
Yeah,